10 tonight, an East Texas teenager is safely home after a massive search led by several first responders and dozens of volunteers. 17-year-old Kevin Wycliffe disappeared while visiting Tyler State Park with family on Sunday. KETK's Mai Owens was out there last night, and today she spent the day finding out how often this happens. She's here now with advice about how to prevent this type of situation in the future. Mai.
Well, Casey, it can happen in a flash when suddenly your loved one goes missing. While you can never fully prevent it from happening, East Texas experts say there are ways to prepare. More than 1,000 acres encompass Tyler State Park. In between the trees and trails, getting lost can happen.
Typically, they're going to happen just a couple times a year, and it's usually not something to that extent. It's going to be maybe an hour at most before we've found that missing person.
But that wasn't the case when 17-year-old Kevin Wycliffe went missing. Luckily, the park had a plan in place to find him as quickly as possible.
We have staff that know these trails like the back of their hand. They've been here a long time. So it typically, we can predict almost where people are going to go.
Immediately contacting local law enforcement, a command center was formed, and more than 85 volunteers scoured the area looking.
We want them to be able to do their job and help us at the same time.
He was found fewer than 10 minutes away from the park on County Road 35. After a 7-hour search, Kevin was found on this stretch of road. When trying to find any missing person, time is critical, especially when they have a medical condition like Kevin, who has autism.
50% of individuals with autism might be affected with a high-risk behavior such as wandering.
Rachel Massey works with children on the spectrum every day and says straying away is common.
We see it quite a bit, and even a parent who's very, on top of their child, very secure with them, that risk still exists.
According to the National Autism Association, 49% of people with autism often wander away, but experts with the Andrews Center say there are devices that can help bring that number down.
I always tell families it's a really good idea to look into some different GPS trackers, and there's different versions of it. There's some that go on the wrist or on the shoe, because if you have a child that's sensitive, they may not wear it all the time.
Every person with autism is different, but both law enforcement and the community are happy prayers were answered when Kevin was safely found. Yes, and thankfully Kevin was unharmed when he was found and was able to return home with his family. Reporting live in studio, Mai Owens, KETK News.